Literacy is a key factor in a child's development. Without good literacy skills, the children, who are our future, will find it much more difficult to finish their education, find good jobs, and become successfully contributing members of society. According to the U.S. Department of Education, in 2003, as many as 5% of adults over the age of 16, that's 11 million adults, were non-literate in English. 14%, or 30 million, were below basic levels in literacy, and another 29%, that's 63 million, possessed only basic literacy skills. Also, they found that children who have not developed some basic literacy skills by the time they enter school are 3 to 4 times more likely to drop out in later years. That's a pretty grim forecast for those kids, since they'll have a more difficult time of it if they're not equipped with the skills that they need to succeed. As a parent, this issue is very important to me. As a citizen of our country, this issue is very concerning to me. We should all be concerned about our future. But what can we do to give these kids a better shot? I propose that improving children's literacy can happen by encouraging family literacy, encouraging literacy in at-risk families, and by improving the reading programs in our schools and communities. Family literacy is a very important part in promoting literacy in children. First of all, what is family literacy? Well, family literacy includes all of the ways that families come together and learn and share literacy skills in their homes. Some examples of family literacy are enjoying a book together, surfing the internet together, and sharing everyday tasks like using a recipe or making a shopping list. So why is family literacy important, and how can it help? Well, it creates closer bonds between parents and children. It enhances a child's security as well. There's not much better than snuggling up on the couch with your child and a story that you both enjoy. It helps to develop listening skills, vocabulary, and language skills, and it also develops imagination and creativity. It gives a head start to kids in school, and many children who are read to at home become independent readers earlier. A greater parent involvement in a child's education helps to improve the child's school goals. We can't just focus on children, though, since studies have found that children's literacy levels are linked to their parents' literacy skills. And it doesn't mean that they're bad or neglectful parents. It just means that perhaps they haven't been given the skills that they need to improve things for themselves and for their children. Many schools can and do offer literacy programs. They could also be offered through the public library or through colleges. These programs should offer examples of practicing literacy in the family and at home, as well as teaching adult literacy. Some family literacy practices could be oral storytelling, telling family history stories to the children, and journal keeping. All of these things help to knit a family closer together, as well as increasing literacy. Schools and communities should make these programs readily available and encourage parents to be involved in their children's educational pursuits and create opportunities for them to do so. Some tips for family literacy are to have books around the house and read from them often, to take frequent trips to the library and participate in the activities that they have there, such as story time, lectures, and classes that are available. To tell the kids stories, play word games with the kids, like rhyming games and riddles, and to sing or teach your kids nursery rhymes. Encouraging literacy in at-risk families is essential in decreasing the illiteracy in our country. According to the National Institute for Literacy, over 40 million Americans aged 16 or older have significant literacy needs. 43% of the people with the lowest literacy skills live in poverty. 70% of the people with the lowest literacy skills have no full or part-time jobs. the children of these families have the highest risk of illiteracy. However, as the education level of the adults improves, so does the kids' success in school. By helping low literate adults to improve their skills, we can improve the education and the quality of life for their children. Literacy gives families the tools that they need to survive and to thrive. The federal government has provided funding for adult education programs, implementing and supplementing programs such as English as a second language and other adult literacy programs that are aimed at improving basic reading and writing skills and aiding adults in earning their GEDs is essential. Improving literacy in children means improving the reading programs in our schools and communities. According to research done by the CSU Institute for Education Reform, there are many things that should be included in our schools' reading programs. They should teach how the English language works. They should understand how kids learn to read. They should employ phonics practice and develop knowledge on how words are put together and how print represents the spoken word. They should use varied literature and read to children regularly, and they should make various levels of appropriate books available to students both in the classroom and at home. Assessments of reading skills should begin early. Experts have suggested that waiting until after a child ages to 7 to address literacy concerns may cause unnecessary problems for the students later on. Interventions with reading problems should begin early as well and continue throughout the child's education, especially during the most challenging milestones of a child's reading development, which are the beginning of kindergarten, the 4th grade, and the beginning of high school. Schools should try to make reading enjoying and interesting and exciting and fun for the students. Teachers and volunteers need to be able to provide tutoring if it's necessary in a positive way that encourages and builds the child's confidence as the child begins to master skills. Parents should be involved in their child's education and in the school if at all possible, and be encouraged to take time to read to their child and have their child read to them, and also to discuss what they've been reading together. Now, after-school programs are great in our communities, and they can be a great resource for schools, parents, and kids if they're run properly. A study conducted by the After School Corporation and the Southwest Educational Developmental Laboratory found that after-school programs can contribute to increased student achievements. They also found that after-school programs that help with academic achievement focus on a variety of activities besides just academics. They found that the most successful programs had 5 things in common: an array of enrichment activities such as arts and crafts, homework help, and sports and rec, opportunities for skill building and mastery, intentional relationship building with host schools, the participants, that means the kids, and their families, a strong, experienced site coordinator and trained, supervised staff, and full administrative, fiscal, and professional development support from the program's sponsor. Families, schools, and communities can all work together to help and support each other in all of the programs that we discussed. Even you and I can get involved in our local communities as well to help increase the literacy of the children in our area. Volunteer at the library. Get involved in your child's school. Volunteer to read to children in hospitals or to children in shelters. Look for opportunities to improve a child's life. And of course, exercise literacy in your own home. It'll be worth every hour you spend if you can help just one child to improve their future. If we all work together, we can help these kids to overcome their challenges and to gain the skills that they need to succeed. Thank you.